Good morning, people of the internet. This video is coming a little early, but it turns out there's a lot you can do in a couple of days if you are really trying. I've also had to make a couple of changes to the plan. So let's go over what happened since I started playing. I got a Cluescroll from one of the first goblins I killed, so I had to go and do that just to see what the first cast to get the count was, and this is what we got. Nothing mind-blowing, but useful nonetheless. Next we tackled some quests, starting with Cook's assistant, helping that old fool of a cook make his cake. There would be some footage of me handing air or something, but I somehow lost it, so have a picture of a dog instead. Aw, so cute. Next we did Xmas Spa, and we helped our good old buddy Veos with his treasure hunt. Turns out finding an ancient treasure really isn't that hard if you're told exactly where to go. Got our XP lamp and gold from Veos, and used that sucker in prayer. I would later go on to regret this. Next we drank a mysterious drink from the old hag. Thinking about it, taking a shot out of a cauldron with burnt meat, a rat tail and an eye of newt mixed with God knows what else might not have been such a good idea, but here goes. And luckily that didn't turn us into something disgusting and instead gave us some good old magic XP. Next we helped this lady find her husband who is a chicken, because apparently marrying chickens in this universe is legal. A bit of digging around, finding machine parts later, and we helped the good doctor do his final experiment on the chicken, and turns out he found a way to turn chicken into men. Hopefully his wife doesn't mind too much, doesn't bother me though, the payday was great. Now, this is where I need to apologise. I went off plan, I'm sorry, it was there and I could do it, so I did it. I completed Sheep Shearer. I didn't plan to do it because I didn't think I'd have the space, but I did and I just couldn't help myself. I hope you can forgive me. Though, the cheap bugger only gave me 60 coins for it, so it's not like it was worth it anyway. This leads me up to the agility grind. Turns out it's pretty chill. Way better than I thought it would be. I did make a slight mistake though. I ran up to Draenor rooftops thinking I could just start there. Turns out you need 10 agility to even start that. So I had to get from here to here, which involves getting over this bugger right here, White Wolf Mountain, the one mountain I didn't want to cross. So I did what any reasonable man would do. I teleported to the furthest point possible away and ran from here to here. So I got the 10 agility levels needed by doing the gnome military training course. Either they have some massive gnomes or I am incredibly agile, because I had no issues getting through any of their obstacles, even though I am like twice the size of one. And we finally get back to the Draenor village roofs, where we run around like a maniac for a bit while falling off the said roofs. This guy here starts laughing at me as I do the walk of shame. Collect these little things on the roofs so some lady can take them and make me a piece of armor. I don't know, but we get the graceful kit and that's great. So after running around Draenor till we get 20 agility, we then go to Alcarid and do the same thing, but this time we have mouth grips. Why? Just why? Anyway, say hello to your funny neighborhood tanning bot farm. Don't expect a high back, they didn't reply to me either. So once we did that, we then went off at level 30 to Varrock to do some more agility, where we met our first nemesis of the account, this bloody wall. The number of times I fell off it are insane. Here's just a few. And this is where we currently are now. Doing this course got me enough marks of grace to get 2 parts of the graceful set and 45 agility. Now those experienced in the agility grind would know that I should be in Canifis right now. Slight problem, Cerberus. Not the boss, this little guy here. I'd need to kill him, but I don't want to level my combat right now, so instead we're going to stay in Varrock until I can unlock Falador at level 50. However, the grind for the rest of the Grateful set might have to wait for now, as I'm going to need to be able to do construction in order to store it. However, while looking at what I need to do, I'm going to need to get a lot of clay and a lot of planks, and not having a way to unnote them or do anything like that is going to take way too long. So we're going to need to be looking at an alternate method of training construction. So that leaves me with 2 other options. Firstly, we have mahogany homes. This is brought in as a cheaper way to level construction by travelling around the map fixing people's problems. While great in its own right, it isn't too helpful for the account, as we'll need to be able to get steel quickly, and the only way to do that I can see is to get a much higher combat level. This leaves the other option, and the reason why I've not been training combat stats, I thought I'd be here one way or another. This is the boss Wintertodt. This boss is normally fought by a group of players lighting fires around a storm to try and raise the temperature so the storm can't be cold or something. I'll be honest, I don't really know what this is meant to do. All I know is fire good, cold bad. Doing this levels fire making, but you can also level other stats from it like herblore, woodcutting, fletching, farming, and most importantly construction. However, this is normally a group boss like I said, but I won't be that lucky to have any friends by my side, as it is significantly better for me to do it on my own. Slight problem is, I don't know how to do that either. Big surprise there. Next, I'm going to need 50 fire making to be able to get myself access to the boss, complete the Druidic ritual quest in order to unlock herblore, and buy myself a house to start getting construction experience. I'm also going to need to get myself 33 magic, down from the requirements of 45 or 55 from the last video to unlock Telegrab. I'm going to be doing this by splashing. This is a method of using magic without causing damage. So you get XP but not Constitution XP, which will cause my HP to level up. Remember that steel full helm we got at the beginning of the video? Well, that comes in handy right about now, as we can use that with the ultimate Iron Man gear that we get from the Iron Man tutor in order to do the correct amount of negative magic damage. Normally, without gloves or van bracers or some kind of metal boots, we wouldn't be able to get down low enough to splash correctly with the staff. However, there's the Cursed Goblin Staff we can buy from Diango in Draenor Village, which has a negative magic attack bonus, which allows us to get low enough in order to splash using the staff. It may cost more runes, but it is the only way we're going to be able to do that for now. I'm also going to need 22 crafting to be able to make myself a sapphire necklace, which I can enchant into a games necklace to get back to Wintertodt quicker. I'm also going to need to get myself some warm clothes. This is where I nearly ruined the account. I need 4 items of warm clothing in order to get the most protection from the cold weather in the fight. If I had gotten more than one piece of the graceful set, I would have had to have either sacrificed an inventory slot or drop one of the pieces of the graceful on the ground. Neither is something I want to do. So I'm going to be using 3 pieces of the Clue Hunter set, which I'm not currently using graceful to film, and I'm also going to be buying a fire staff, which will cost about 1500 gold. This can be purchased from good old Zaf over in Varrock. I will also be leveling wood cutting, but I didn't mention that until now because it isn't super important, but we are going to be using log canoes in order to get to Edgeville quickly to open the loot in the wilderness. But the minimum level you need is 12 to be able to do this, and I'll easily have that by the time I get to 50 fire making. So that's everything I need for Wintertodt. It's not a long list, but it's not a short list either. It's, the right amount. Should take us a little while to do. Give me something to do at least. Not sure how long exactly I'm going to be going a Wintertodt for. I could try and get the pet. I could try to get to level 99 in fire making, which would get us a skill cape, which will be absolutely incredible to start with. It would give us a lot of bonus stats. It is in my best interest to do as much Wintertodt as possible early on, as if I start leveling combat, I start taking more damage and I need better food and things change, and it just gets a lot more complicated to do it. So we'll take it as we go. So that's all for this video. You'll be seeing me again hopefully in the next couple of days as we get closer to Wintertodt. I'll also be over on Twitch sometimes. I'm going to be posting to Twitter a lot more. Both of those will be in the description. This is my second attempt at making a video, and while I have some experience in video editing, I'm not all that practiced. I'm definitely not as practiced talking into microphone as I used to be. But if you have any comments or criticisms, leave them in the comments and I'll reply and let you know what I think and whether I think it's a good idea to change something or if you like something or whatever. That's all for now. I'll catch you later.